Hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day weekend that was filled with love and laughter.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Leenda, and this is For the Record, Your Honor. Today, we're going to discuss Megyn Kelly and how she says Blake Lively has absolutely ruined her brand over Justin Baldoni turmoil. She's a serial fraudster. Oh, damn. Let's get into this. Megyn Kelly thinks Blake Lively is a serial fraudster as more and more information about her legal battle with It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni continues. On Thursday's episode of The Megyn Kelly Show, the host again returned to the Lively and Baldoni legal skirmish. Updates on the pair's very public feud continue to drip feed daily, and Kelly thinks it has ruined the actress's reputation going forward. My own position is she's absolutely ruined her brand. She has started a fight she cannot win. She does appear like an Amber Heard to me, Kelly said. I have yet to see one of her complaints borne out. In fact, all of these I've seen have been undermined by his hardcore proof in text messaging and so on. That's put a totally different light on her horrific allegations. Then you see what she actually said and wrote. It's very different. Kelly continued later, she's a serial fraudster. That's called fraud. When you pretend you want to do one thing and you'll do the thing they're hiring you for, but all along you have secret plans to do something very, very different that's above your pay grade. And she's finally bumped into someone who was weak enough and not famous enough to stop her. This Justin Baldoni, most people had never even heard of. He'd been in one series. He certainly wasn't at Ryan Reynolds' level of fame, never mind Blake Lively, and she bullied him into giving her the movie where she did her own cut. The latest update in the Lively Baldoni battle came Wednesday when the actress's team issued subpoenas to crisis PR firm consultant Jed Wallace, as well as multiple wireless carriers on Wednesday in order to prove once and for all whether Baldoni really has the receipts his team claims to have. By the way, if you need to look into Jed Wallace, go check out our girl, BJ, That Surprise Witness, and BJ Investigates here on YouTube. She has a lot of information regarding him. Definitely go check it out. Her information is down below. Ms. Lively has initiated discovery that will oppose the people tactics and methods that have worked to destroy and bury her reputation and family over the past year. Lively's lawyers, Mike Gottlieb and Ezra Hudson, told the Wrap in a statement. Subpoenas went out to the entities above. We will now receive all the receipts that, unsurprisingly, are nowhere to be found on Mr. Brian Freeman's website, and like Miss Lively, those receipts will have their day in court. Baldoni and Friedman recently created the website, thelawsuitinfo.com, to present a chronological timeline of the related events as well as their amended complaint, which contains dozens of screenshots of text messages between the feuding parties. At this moment, Lively and Baldoni's trial is expected to begin March of 2026. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I could wait that long. It's like the Diddy shit. More and more just keeps coming out. to the point where, like, when we do get to trial, our heads are gonna explode because it's gonna be overload.
She does appear like an Amber Heard to me. I've yet to see one of her complaints borne out. In fact, all of the ones I've seen have been undermined by his hardcore proof in text messaging and so on that puts a totally different light on her horrific allegations. Then you see what she actually said and wrote. It's very different. She called herself Khaleesi and said Ryan Reynolds and we believe Taylor Swift were her dragons. And she's got the best dragons because they'll fight on behalf of her friends too. Now, she and Taylor are reportedly on the outs because Taylor Swift is like, bitch, I'm nobody's dragon. That's unconfirmed, but it's out there. And today we see some evidence now that Blake Lively may have a history of not being upfront when she gets cast in a movie of her secret desires to actually play a much bigger role than that of lead actress. Here she is at the 2022 Forbes Power Women's Summit.
I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing and the costume design and creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went into meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do.
So she's a serial fraudster.
Cruel, Blake Lively allegedly made a Simple Favor assistant director cry repeatedly. She's the reason I quit. A Simple Favor was the movie that we had saw in a previous live together, that Blake Lively had worked with Anna Kendrick, and it was very open with many rumors and speculation, but it seemed to be on screen for interviews that they really didn't like each other. They didn't get along. It was a very sarcastic relationship between the two. Blake Lively was allegedly a mean girl on the set of A Simple Favor and is being accused of bringing one crew member to tears many times. Barbara Sisman, who worked as an assistant director on the 2018 film, according to IMDb, appeared to call out the actress in a series of since deleted comments on Henry Golding's recent Instagram post about the movie sequel, Another Simple Favor, which is set to be released soon. I worked with you on the first one, she told the actor. My experience with everyone was absolutely amazing, except for a certain someone who is the reason I quit being an AD. Guess who that person is? Sisman then cryptically added without naming Lively 37 before concluding, I wish you all the best with this, though. And look how she's adorable. Aww. Hopefully she chose another passion of hers and got another career with it, because it's a shame if that one person ruined it for her. But that happens. I think a lot of us have been through some sort of situation where we enjoyed something so much and one person just happened to ruin it for you. The initial comment garnered a lot of attention, which Sussman said she wanted to avoid, but ultimately spoke out because the Gossip Girl alum was allegedly cruel to many. I know I cried my way home, and someone who is never pleased and puts you down constantly, she further claimed. I can't believe it's actually getting back at her. Karma is real, Sussman then wrote, referring to Lively's ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni over their on and off set feud while making It Ends With Us. On her Facebook, Sussman appeared to have some regrets over coming forward, given that her remarks had blown up all over social media, writing, last time I leave a comment on Instagram post, a shocked friend then commented, I didn't know this. I heard from people that she was so nice and lovely to work with. Apparently not, prompting Sussman to respond, maybe for them, not for me, lol. The assistant director also loved a comment from another friend who wrote, I've been thinking about you this whole situation because you told me the story so long ago. It's good that you commented. Page 6 reached out to Lively's reps for comment on Sussman's claims, but did not immediately hear back. The ill-timed comments come just as the Age of Adeline star is trying to clean up her reputation, given Baldoni's claims that she was a nightmare to work with on the 2024's It Ends With Us. It's funny they say Age of Adeline because I always wanted to see that movie because I loved the book. I love the story, and I just feel that if I watch it with her in the role, it might just ruin the whole thing for me, unfortunately, because I really, 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 really was excited when I heard it was going to be a film. The actor-director 41 has filed a $400 million defamation and extortion lawsuit against his co-star, claiming she tarnished his name and affected his ability to make an income due to her allegations that he had actually harassed her and hired a crisis manager in order to launch a smear campaign against her. Lively, meanwhile, has filed her own lawsuit against Baldoni for sexual harassment, retaliation, breach of contract, infliction of emotional distress, invasion of privacy, and lost wages. Whew. Wow, that was a mouthful. Damn. In her suit, she accused the Jane the Virgin alum of inappropriate behavior, such as adding more sexually charged scenes outside of the scope of the pre-approved script, openly discussing his past PORN addiction, this is alleged, walking in on her breastfeeding, and inquiring about her weight. Baldoni has denied any wrongdoing and released raw behind-the-scenes footage, private text messages, and even launched a website in an attempt to prove his innocence. Whew, that's a lot. His attorney, Brian Friedman, has also slammed Lively's smear campaign claims, telling Page 6 it was the Shallows star's desperate attempt to fix her negative reputation, which was garnered from her own remarks and actions during the campaign for the film. I agree with this. Interviews and press activities that were observed publicly in real time and unedited, which allowed for the internet to generate their own views and opinions. Leading up to the release of It Ends With Us last August, several past interviews featuring Lively resurfaced online that painted her in a less than favorable light, which we have gone through on our channel here. One entertainment reporter said she wanted to quit her career after sitting down with the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants star during a press junket because she was a nightmare and called out her stomach bump. Fans also criticized how Lively handled the sensitive topic of DV while promoting her latest film. Her team had said Baldoni's lawsuit is another chapter in the Harmer's playbook, adding, this is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of sexual harassment and retaliation, and the Harmer attempts to turn the tables on the victim. Oh, man. It just gets worse and worse. Oh,